Recording.
Right, thank you. You are able to see my screen, right? Everybody? Right. So till now we have discussed uploading the tables, changing the usage property, joining conditions, and the properties of the query table, query subjects. Remember, in Cognos terminology, all the tables called as query subjects. Please remember that words because it may be useful in your interviews. Query item is nothing but columns. So now onwards in entire Cognos, maybe framework manager or report should anyway. So the terminology of a Cognos developer is something different than database people, right? Normally in database, what we will call as a tables and columns. But in Cognos terminology, it's a query subject and query item column names. I think yesterday I discussed the merge in a new query subject, right? So if there is a if there is a join present between the two tables, if we want to merge those two tables, indirectly after joining you can pull up all the columns as a model query subject. But you can just check two tables and right click and do that means all the columns it will come into one table and you can rename into whatever the things you want and then you can do that. Okay. What is a merge in a regular dimension? Regular dimension means it's a multi-dimensional modeling. Dimensional modeling, I will explain you after the relational model concept. What is the create the star schema grouping? I think while you are creating the presentation layer, what you did, you have taken all the tables, right click, create a shortcut, and then you drag and drop here. Am I right? You drag and drop here, and then you rename it. Say like this. Like this, you drag and drop the presentation layer, and you renamed it. So you remove this shortcut too, right? So instead of that, you can do one more thing. I want everything in the business layer. So this is not necessary. So if see now there are 7 tables. So now I want all these 7 tables. Select it. Normally, what you will do? Create shortcut, and then you drag and drop here into the presentation layer, and you rename it. But instead of that, you can directly do the create star schema grouping simply. So while you are doing the create star schema grouping, it will ask me what is the namespace. You can give presentation layer 2. Simply 2. I'm just giving whatever the name I want, okay? Because presentation layer is already there. See now, in the presentation layer, it is already created the shortcuts and renamed everything for you. And see, if you are observing that it is under the business layer, right? But normally the presentation layer should be outside, right? So you drag and drop under the go cells. Simple, that's it. See, presentation layer is created. So while you are creating the presentation layer, you have taken the shortcuts and you renamed each and every table, right? Instead of that, you can select the tables, right click, and do the star schema grouping. Then automatically it will create the presentation layer. Right? In this manner also you can do the presentation layer. Is clear? Any questions here? That means you don't need to go each and every table and rename it everything. So it will become star schema grouping. What do you mean by star schema? What do you mean by snowflake schema? You will come to know after some time. Okay? Maybe I will discuss later the data warehouse concept. So this is how the star schema grouping is present. And what do you mean by remap to new source? This is very important. If you observe here, so in the product line column, the product line code is coming from here. It is coming from product line table, and product line code column is using, and the name is product line code. But sometime, say for example, while you are dragging the product line column, instead of this column I want to show the product line name here. So you can remap to this one. That means whenever they drag this product line column in the Query Studio or Report Studio, instead of this column, original column, it will be mapped to this column. So if you drag the product line code, now what will come? Product line names will come, because you have used the second column is a reference or remapping to for product line code. So normally while you are doing the country code or something, whenever the user drag the country code, instead of the code they want to see the country name, then you can do the remapping the column of country code to the country name. But please remember, it is somewhat tricky, because the user may confuse it, because all the people, they don't know, okay, while you are dragging the country code, why the country name is coming. So many people, maybe the known people, so the requirement given people may come to know that, okay, I only asked them whenever I drag the country code, I want to show the country name. But why this is coming? So you are remapped actually. So it is not correct every time. So normally if you want to remap, you can write a case statement in the Report Studio. Don't do any remapping column normally. Okay. So it's just clear all. Remapping means you are pointing one column to another column. The next one, edit, cut, copy, paste, delete. So you can cut the sales target and you can copy here in the presentation layer or physical layer, wherever you want. Simple. This is normally your MS Word list. Copy also same thing, delete also same. Next, rename. If you want to rename it, you can see. Or you can double one click and one more click, means also the same thing will be. Okay. Rename, you can do any rename. Select the similar objects. Why do you need it actually? If I am selecting, all the tables will be copied here. See? All the tables will be shown to you, because you see in the physical layer also it is copied. Because select the similar objects means you have selected a table and then you are asking us to select the similar objects. So then it will be useful for you. When you will use this option normally, when it will be useful, anybody, can you please tell me? In one scenario it is very much needed for you. What scenario that? For example, as I told first today, while you are doing the usage property, right, each column you need to check like this, right, usage, and you need to go to the next column and you need to change the property, and you need to go to the next column and you need to change the property, right? So instead of that, select the column, right click, similar objects. Then all the columns will be selected, right? Then at one shot you can do all the values. See now, all the columns selected, all the properties also came. You put like this. Now say branch code is identified, fine. Address attribute is fine. This is attribute is fine, like this. You can go like this quickly, and warehouse branch code is fine. So see this, like this you can go quickly one by one, all the things at one shot, instead of going each and every thing. So very quickly you can go this. See, retailer code is fact, which is wrong. So code is a identifier. You can do like this. This is also identified. So staff code also identified. So instead of going one by one each column wise, you can do like this. Okay. Method code is identified. So this, in this situation, it will be much useful, right? Like this. So that is what select similar objects will be useful normally, because If you select the column and then similar objects, means all the columns properties will be shown here. So if you want to change something, yes, you can do at one shot. Same thing, select similar objects. If you take any namespace, right click and select similar objects, means all the namespaces will be selected. See, physical layer, business layer, presentation layer, and this one. So wherever the namespace is there, it will be there. Any questions till now? Any questions quickly? I am going for another piece. Launch Content Explorer. Launch Content Explorer means, say for example, if I am taking the branch table, what are the joins associated to branch table? Right click and Context Explorer. So it will show you, okay, branch is joining with order header and country, and with the order header is the fact table is 1:n and this is 1:1. This is the dimension. Same thing. Branch is like acting as a n number of branches is one country, so 1:1. If you want to change here also, you can change here. So it will impact everywhere. If you double click this slide, then it will show you what expression is present and all those things. Okay, everything. And you can see this is zooming up and zooming like this. You can see 100%, and you can take a auto layout. See and distance also you can maintain. See the distance where you want the distance. That means the proper print. You can print this report. So these things, okay, and you can select the all items objects joined in this object. See what are the joining keys you're having. Show related objects, you can see. Show hide selected objects and auto layout not. So everything is for our things actually. Okay? So the sibling distance you can reduce. See like this. So just for look and feel purpose, if you want to take a printout of this one. Okay. The next one, that is the launch contents. So for example, sales target, what are the tables it is joined? See, country, team dimension. So product, sales. Okay, I think sales target. What are the columns present? So I think product type code and sales target has to be joined. So one is TF, sales target is a numeric. So in that relationship also, and also sales target and country already there, right? Yeah. This is how you can get it. We will publish later. So this is how. What are the any questions in this entire properties of a table or query subject? Any questions in this? Any doubts? Please let me know now itself. Any questions? Any of you? Yes, please. Any questions? I will move to the next topic. There's the reason why I'm asking you, please. No questions? Okay, cool. So this is how the next one is properties of a table. Go to the properties of a column, anything is fine. So create, you know that relationship, folder is fine, edit definition, test, run model browser, show object dependencies. This is the one thing you need to know. So where actually branch code is present? Branch code is present in a table, and it is present in a determinant, and it is present in a join. So where this particular column is used, if you want to know. right click, show object dependency. Order details is used in a, it is presented in the package. This is what, and it is used in a one join, and it is used as a one column. All these columns are used in the package. So this object dependencies means whether this column wherever it is used in the join condition, or it is used in the filter condition, or it is used in the determinants concept, or it is used in the package. So wherever it is used, it will show you all the details. Simple. And go to the tools means summary, search and dependencies. Dependencies means this one. Right click and show dependencies, right? And what is the search? Search means, for example, whether the branch table, I want to check whether the table is there or not. If there are more number of tables, you want to search it. So where you want to search it? You want to search it entire table or only in the physical layer? You can check. You can modify your filter condition. See, only in the physical layer if I want to check, only in the business layer, only in the presentation layer, entire layer I want to check. So search. So all these things will come wherever it is there, the branch name. So like this, say for example, product number, wherever it is used, I want. Right? So now search it. See, product number is used in these places, right? So now you can see the contains and exactly equal, doesn't equal, or something like that. Like search. This is like a control F button, okay, for you. And you can see, okay, I want only the column name only, I want only table name only, I want only folder name only with this name. So everything. So this is the customized prompt, customized filter of your search, customized search. Okay. So this is how you can see. Property also, I want only identifiers or usage properties or text properties, everything. Right. The summary. Summary means, if for example, if you are taking the excludent 22, this many tables we have used for each subject, this many query items we have used, that means n number of columns, 325 columns are there in all the tables. This many folders we have created, that means query item folders, right? So maybe wherever you have created, maybe CC, this is the 3, right? So that is what it mentioned. Relationship is 11, relationship is maintained. So I go to the Explorer and see, these are the 11 relationship. Okay. And 7 shortcuts are created, maybe presentation layer purpose, maybe 7 shortcuts created. And 1 data source is there. These are all coming from 1 data source. So while you are uploading, those fields we have to take. Okay. And 1 package is there. That is the Srinivas sample package. So this is how the summary tab will give you the complete picture of how many namespaces, how many tables, how many columns, how many relationships. Everything will give you clarity on. Okay. So that is what summary, search and dependencies. Okay. Any questions here? This is just for your information only. How many tables are using, how many columns are using, how many namespaces are using, how many query item folders are using, everything will become. So for example, I don't want entire excludent only in the physical layer. How many namespaces are using? And only in the query subject. So you can directly select. See now, only in the physical layer, only 1 namespaces only, 12 tables only, 2 columns only. Only in the business layer if you want. See this? If you are observing in the physical layer, there is no query item folder. If you see, because there is nothing, business layer only I created the folder. So if you see that, see query item folder is 3. Like this, you can easily you will get into the picture. So the complete summarization will come in the summary table. Total, if you want to see blindly, okay, how many tables we used in this package, you can go to the summary tab and then take the print screen and send it to anybody. That is the main thing. Next, any questions apart from this in this? No, right? In the columns also, definitions, nothing. Everything you know that. Any questions? Okay, I'm going for the next level. So now table level properties I saw, and column level or query item level, and this will be discussed now. Okay, one by one we will go from file before going to that one, because it is automatically come in the action button also, all these things. So one by one I will go from file tab to all those things. Okay, you need to know very important question now. Query subjects, right? If you are directly uploading in the physical layer, this is called data source query subject. Please remember, very good, very important in interface. This is directly coming because you have uploaded directly, and then it is coming like a select star, right? So that is the reason why it is called data source query subject. But if you coming into the business layer, what you did, right click, create a query subject. If you are selecting the data source query subject, what in the physical layer, whatever you did, right, you have go to the data source and you uploaded the table first time. But here also you can upload it. You see now, if I click the data source query subject, it will directly go to the data source once again, whatever we did first, right? And click next means it will show you all the tables once again. And in the go sales, you take the one of the tables. So returned item, say for example, next, finish. So that means the table is added once again. See, but if you see that, that is the data source query subject. What do we mean by data source query subject? Select statement will come. So if you want everything, instead of writing like this, it is better to write like this, select star. Right? This is one. And you can rename it. This is the data source query subject. That means you are taking from the data source. But if it is the same thing, if you are expecting model query subject, means once the table is uploaded into the physical layer, what you need to do? You go ahead here, from physical layer, whatever the columns you want, only those columns pick up. That means you are taking the data from physical layer table query. So that is the reason why it is called model query subjects. Okay. So if you take that table, how it look like this it will be. It is not select statement will not appear here because you are pulling the data. If you go and check physical layer. So once the table definition is available in the physical layer, from physical layer you are taking whatever the columns you want as per the business logic. So that's the reason why it's called business layer. So that is the model query subject. So these are all model query subject, whatever there in the business layer. In the physical layer, if you see, the cylinder symbol will be there. That means it came from directly. That means a select statement will be there. Fine. Third one is if you are trying to create a query subject, there is model query subject is business layer, data source means original one, stored procedure is there. For example, in your SQL Server database, if any stored procedure is there, if you want to upload that stored procedure as a table, then it's fine. So you just select Go Sales table. Any stored procedure is available or not, just check it out in the Go Sales. So the only procedures will be available. For example, assign staff, finish. So for this, what it is asking you, so order detail and staff code, and click OK. But you need to pass the values here. Empty value shouldn't pass. So for example, right click one more time, I am giving a passing value. So if any stored procedure is available in the database, if you want to upload it, click OK and next, and Go Sales, procedures, assign staff, finish. This is the stored procedure. I am selecting the stored procedure. Here you need to give some detail. So order detail code or something. Okay. Order detail code means what is normally order details? The code, you just check it out, cancel, and the staff code also. Order detail code, if I want to see the data, look, sample data. So you just upload now once again a stored procedure subject. You can rename it. Go sales next, and it will ask you two parameters. Any storage procedure, it has to pass some parameters. These things will be created by database people, the storage procedures. You just go ahead here and select here. Staff code also you put something else, okay? Original names. Okay, there is no row present for this. No problem. Do you want to save it? If you are observing this, see, it is asking any table, any row or something. Then if it is the proper rows are there, it will come as a table. So the stored procedure will also act as a table. Just you need to upload the table and give the proper parameter. For example, I will tell you a small stored procedure file. In a database, these things you will not write normally, but how it looks like, what is the reason for it. So for example, execute employee details of 110. Like this we will execute. So how the procedure I have wrote in the SQL statement, right, in this database. Create the procedure name is employee details, and in the parameter you are passing employee number. Then what it will do, select star from employee table where employee number equal to this value, whatever you have given, it will come and replace it. So it is what it is taking all the details of all the select star from this employee table for that employee number ID details will come, right? Select star field. So execute so while you are executing what you are writing in the SQL, execute this procedure and pass here, instead of employee number you are passing 110. So 110 related employee number details will come. So if it is a procedure in the database, while we are executing what it will come, so the parameter it is showing right here. So what it will be shown here for you, employee number will be shown here. Employee number is shown. And you need to enter some sample employees, right? Then click OK, means that employee related data will come here. Okay, so then whenever you are dragging and dropping the columns from here, what will happen? Whatever the employee ID you have given, that related information only will come into your Cosmos report. So that is what stored procedure. So normally you will not write. If any stored procedure is there, that stored procedure also you can take as a table. Simple. But the parameter whatever you are given while you are creating here, say for example, in the stored procedure you have wrote maybe 220. That 220 related information only will come into this table. While you are dragging any column from this table in the report, that 220 related information only will come because it is already parameter crossed. So that is how this will be created, where the DBA people, SQL star means SQL people will create as a employee details table. Then while you are taking the stored procedure, this name will appear how I showed you right previously. So like this it will appear here. Assign staff is selected, right? Like that execute employee salary table will be appear, and here in the number, in the parameter, employee number will be there, and whatever the value you have given and click OK means that employee column related information will come. That table will come, but only 220 related data will come. That is how stored procedure also you can take as a table. So what you need to do, just select the stored procedure, whatever you want to upload from your point of view. As a Cognos point of view, you don't need to do anything. Maybe database people write any stored procedure, whatever they want. If they want to take us as a table, then we have to upload simply and give the proper parameters. Simple. Any questions here, please? But normally 99.99% of the cases we will never use this. Just I am explaining you, it may be useful for you whenever you are thinking you are having a stored procedure. If you want to take it, you are having the option here. So you shouldn't confuse in future. That's the reason why I'm telling you. Any questions here? Any questions? Yeah, somebody has to ask me questions. Otherwise, I would think everything is understandable. Yes, any questions here? Any questions here? No questions.
Sir, the new query subject.
Yeah, new query subjects. Yes, please.
Sir, in the new query subject, why it is broken like this on the top?
That's the reason I told you, right? Because I don't have the proper
Which we are creating now.
proper name in here. Maybe other detail code I gave correct, but staff code whatever they mentioned, maybe integer or something, right? So I didn't give the proper value actually, maybe 4 or something. Okay. Now you can see it. So that, and also there is no row actually found because I don't know exact what is the value, right, for the staff code. So that's the reason why it is broken. But for example, if you see here I know that employee ID maybe I can pass 110 or something. So if you pass exactly, then there won't be any broken. But I need to see that stored procedure. What is the string staff code, and then I need to see what is the parameter they are passing. If I give the same values here, then it will not come. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because here maybe I don't have any value here for this 2, 3, 4. I don't know exact number, right? So that's the reason why. But if the number is there, you need to check the sales staff code and everything, and then you test it, and then you close it. Okay, then the broken link will be gone. Because here what I am doing, I am just putting whatever I want, 2, 3, 4, 5. But actually that number may not be there. So that's the reason why what it is showing while you are clicking, there is no data it is showing with the 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 number, because I am writing blindly, right? So that's the main thing. You see, updating the query subject means it is showing us the staff code is 2, 3, 4, 5 is not present, and then no row was found. That means no data is found. So that's the issue. So if you are giving the proper staff code and proper name which is available in the database, yes, then obviously it will not be broken. Any questions?
Yes, sir. One more thing here.
Yeah,
Sales
please.
target, sales region, order details. We have a different symbol, new query subject. And other than that, product line, branch, country, we don't have a symbol like that, like an L symbol. Does it like it represents something else than?
Yes. See, for example, if you are seeing the product, maybe any fact value is present normally. See, here it is thinking the product number and all those things are fact. This is the production cost, gross margin, right? So it is thinking that it is a fact table. But order method, there is no fact table is present, right? That is the reason why order method, there is no fact value is present. So in order method, you see that. So there is no fact value present. That is the reason why. It's L means I told you, right? It's a fact. So it's a fact table. It's a dimension table. Frame of manager is 3. The usage property. First today I have explained each and everything, right? Usage property. Because of that only it is showing. In the time dimension also, why it is showing? Maybe some value it is treating. See, these are all wrong, right? These are all wrong. So if you change these things, so it will become dimension table because time, month key and week of year, all these things, it's not a fact. You need to change it to identifiers. I already explained you those things, right? First. Clear? Any questions? If any fact value present in the table, the L symbol will come because it is indirectly the meaning is, boss, it's a fact table. If the L is not available, there is no measure is present in the table, so it is thinking that it's a dimension table. L is fact table, means without that dimension table. Yes, any questions? Yes, any questions? Understand, everybody?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right. Any other questions from anybody?
Sir, after generating a report, how
Okay.
we can send, in how many ways we can send, like we can also send through an email, or if they ask in any manner, like in a specific way, like can we convert these all the report in a PDF format like that, or how we submit to the client or someone who asks the report to
So
generate?
that I will come in the Cognos administration. There is so many ways actually. I will come to that part. It may be through email. It may be you can share those all reports in a shared drive in a particular place. It can be sent through a PDF, Excel, or HTML or CSV format, or it can be saved in a public folder itself in some location, or it can be transferred to the email drives. So many things are there. Everything is possible. I will come to that part in the administration class. But yes, there is all possible ways in Cognos is present through scheduled hours. Yes, any questions? No questions. Cool. So then fine. We will go one by one quickly. So now till now we have discussed all these things, properties. I will go ahead. So this is what normally the frame of manager, normal model can do this one, up to this only. 90% of the cases, this is only will be there. But the remaining 10%, if it is a critical project, if it is n number of people are working, but very less time are there, then there are so many things you need to consider. So for that, you need to go for each and every option of the tool. See, branching, merging, session parameters, but never and ever, only 10% of the cases only will use these things. Okay, transaction history, running scripts. So now I'm going to that 10% of the bracket. 80% of the people, if you know this thing till now, is fine. But the remaining 20%, right, which is somewhat critical, so that particular places you need to follow all these things. Okay, now I'm going from file, edit, view, project. From project only actual task will be started, advanced topic. So, but anyhow, I will cover from here, then quickly we will go for it. Okay. File, this is everything is same. If you want to save this model, save it. And if you want to save as this model with some other name, yes, save all, you know. And if you want to create a new project again, it's like MS Word document. If you open a Word document, it will show you all these things, right? Till now. Manage the projects. Manage the projects means if you go and click copy, where is this project is saving? I am saving in a particular place here, right? Every time. See at Cognos, and here it is saving. But I want to save this model to Explodent 22 is name, right? I want to save this model as a Hari and in the desktop. So like this, you need to select what name you want to send. save and which location you want to save from here to here. So copy. So it will copy the CPF file from that location. Explodent.cpf file. In this location, that file is there, right? Just go and check. See. So this is the .xml copy. This is the CPF file. This is the framework manager file. Okay. Whatever you open, right, that file here it is saving. But while you are publishing, it will go to the Cognos connection. This is a CPF file, model file, framework manager model file. So this file I want to save to the data. What you can do normally, you copy this file and then paste into the desktop and then rename it to Hari. That is also possible. But without going to that location, from here you can copy it simply. That is the manage process. And next one, same thing, move. Same thing, from that location to Explodent file, from this location to Hari name, to which location? Maybe your desktop. Like this. Right? So this is also possible. So next, that means move means it is not copy directly, it will move that code to here, that the CPF file to here. That is cut and paste type indirectly. Rename is that file if you want to rename. So here, where is that location? Explodent 22 is there, right? You can put Explodent 23, so it will replace with the 23. Just you are renaming that file. This is just normal MS Word. If you want to delete it, yes, you can delete it. And page setup. So you can print out this one, okay, this entire model, and these are all the previously opened framework manager file, recently opened framework manager files, right? That is normal. File means just MS Word, right? Edit also same thing. So cut, copy, paste, delete, and select all similar objects. You already know that because while you are doing edit, it came, right? Whatever that, it is also available here. And rename similar objects means you can know that already. So select this one and edit similar objects, or you write and view. You know, right? So this is the 4 tabs available in Cognos, right? Framework manager. This is the project viewer. Project viewer means whatever the tables you are uploading and whatever the changes you are doing, everything will be here in the project viewer. And this one is property tab. Which whenever you selected the properties of that particular table, when it is changed, who is changed, when it is changed, who is changed, what is this? So if you take the column, so what is the usage property, what is the length of this one, everything, all the property. So this is the property tab. Tools means you can search, okay, you can search whatever the things I told you, right? Now those things. But if you see now, if you don't want properties tab like this, you can uncheck that. Toolbox also I don't want. You don't want status bar below. But if you want, if you don't put project where everything will be done, so don't put that. So like this. If you don't want project viewer, it can go like this. See, project viewer is not appearing. If you want to get back, okay. So that is what view and go to back, one level up, and all those things. That's fine. For example, here you are there. Here sales here. You go to one level up. That means it went to the business level. That means just you can move ahead. That's it. And arrange item by name, by class. You know, right? Views in desktop also you can see. Explorer, diagram, dimension map, large icons, small icons, list details here. This one. So for example, small icons means see like this. List means like this. And details means like this. Again, large icons means like this. Okay. This is how you can get. You can change this. So file edit and view is normal, nothing, because it's a MS code. Now onwards it will start project. From here, these three tabs are advanced tabs. If you know this advanced tab, any project you can easily do it. Any project. But remember, as I told you, right? Frankly speaking, only 10% or not 10% also 5% of the cases only will use this. But remaining 95%, whatever we have uploaded, whatever we changed the usage property, that is enough if you know the full-fledged concept. But these things are very important while you are doing extraordinary works of any critical projects from here. So what is the verify model? You already know that. Same thing. It will verify if any issues are there. You need to verify the same concept. Whatever is there, it is entire model. It will check entire model. Previously, I selected a new valid query subject. That means this one, because it's not valid, right? Because we didn't give the proper things. So I don't want that one. That is what verified model. Languages. Languages means you see the defined languages. So normally English will be there. If you want to take China languages, use English. But the database, it should point to the China database. Okay. And import translation file. So if, for example, in the physical layer, any translation file is available with you, you can import that file from desktop or something. But then what will happen if your cursor moves on that? It will show you the translation name. But normally nowhere, because everybody will use normally mostly English language. Export. If any values here already there, translation, you can export that one. That's not issue. So these two things and these things also not. So this you already know, right? Options. Where you saw this one? Anybody? Whenever you are trying to open a table and test it, how many rows you need to know, right? This one. So you can take the 100 rows samples every time instead of 25. That is what that. So that is how many sample rows you need normally. So you can change their options. If you go ahead here, double click and go to the test button and you change here, or you can directly go ahead here in the project options, you go ahead, change here. Same thing. Everything. Function list is there, right? Project function list. So normally include all function sets. Fine. All function sets means while you are creating the functions, include all function sets means maybe. So you have so many functions are available, SQL Server functions, Oracle functions, everything. So everything will be available while you are creating a calculation or something, right? All the functions. It may be Oracle functions or something like that. So everything is available as of now. But if you don't want all the functions in your project, you want only this Go Sales database is, say for example DB2. Only DB2 functions if you want, then you select functions. That means now if you select this one, set function list based on the data source type. This is DB2, right? Only DB2 functions only will appear in the functions list. So but normally we will include all the function sets. So that is the thing. If you are using DB2, only you want DB2 functions only, it has to appear here. Then yes, say then what will happen? Here everything after MSU, everything will be gone. Only DB2 functions only will be appear for you. Okay, that's the things. The next. This is important. Edit governance. You need to know each and every word of this governance. 100%, 3 to 4 interview questions will be there in this part. Governance settings. Governance settings mainly used for performance improvement technique purpose. In order to improve the performance and in order to restrict, so in order to minimize the errors, in order to minimize the mistakes developed by the developers. So there are so many things are there by using this governance settings. So once I start each and every line, I need to explain you. So it may take some time. This is the very important concept. Each item we will explain why it is needed involved. So this is 200% interview questions will come in the governance settings, even for your certification also or any interviews. Governance settings is the matters. Okay, so I will explain you one by one all those things. Right, maybe I will explain you later, maybe the next class. But the next class, please join at exactly sharp timings, 7 o'clock. I will send before 5 minutes or 10 minutes also if you want. But I want everybody to be joined quickly. And some people who are not, I think maybe Anchit, can you please stop the